Hi guys, today I'm getting ready for a magnificent ride in the BMW and going to one of my favorite places, the one and only
Now car number
Transport
3.
Museum of India, the Heritage
With
Transport
Miss Priya Jain
Museum.
and Miss Ruchika Jain.
And this is certainly going to be a very fun day, revisiting the Transport Museum, seeing our works there, and what has also been included in the permanent collection in all these years. So at the HTT, the Heritage Transport Museum, I'm making a start first with a simulator ride, and I've landed straight on the wall of China. Okay, this is a very bumpy roller coaster kind of a ride I'm having on the wall of China. I went to the Great Wall of China a few years ago, but it wasn't anything like what I'm seeing right now. So I just got off that bumpy ride to the Great Wall of China in this simulator, and I must say it's one of the cutest, fascinating additions to the Heritage Museum here. So this is the floor that is dealing with truck drivers because it's dedicated to trucks, various different models. This is a very interesting display as well. Some buses this side, and this is kind of like an atrium space. And the lower levels you have a collection of more vintage cars. We'll get you those details. You have this installation up on the ceiling with headlights. What I've done is walk past some bit of the collection and dashed straight to my work of art. Sorry, being a bit selfish here, but look at that stunning shutter, 20 by 22 feet. The entire work is hand done by me. Yes, I used to climb up scaffoldings and then do this work. The way I made it, I used to climb up scaffoldings with wooden planks and then painstakingly stick each sticker onto the shutter to make this work, which is dedicated to truck drivers. And why do you have all these symbols on the shutter? Let me explain that to you. So what you see in the center is the AIDS ribbon. That's because truck drivers, a lot of truck drivers suffer from AIDS. The white strip that you have are spinal cords because truck drivers, a lot of them, since they're driving day in and day out, they have back pain issues. You see a lot of ZZZ. That's of course sleeplessness. And then of course you have the yellow line of the roads crisscrossing. And that's what their life is all about, crisscrossing on the roads, having sleeplessness, back issues, suffering from AIDS. And that's what this encapsulates. It's dedicated entirely to the struggle that truck drivers face, and not much is written about it, not much is spoken about it. So I decided to make this piece. And the material that I've used for the work is road signage sticker. So it glows in the night, especially under flashlight, under the high beam lights on the road. And if you photograph this with a flashlight, as I'm showing you right now, it glows. And this is a corner dedicated to, what else? Bollywood. This car has famous posters painted onto the body. I think it's marking 100 years of Bollywood, 100 years of Hindi cinema. So you see iconic posters, you see Mother India, you see Shah Rukh Khan there, which film I'm not sure. You have Guide, you have Mughal-e-Azam, you have Sholay, of course. I'll show you more details. And you recognize that cute little red car, which was specially designed by DC, one of our top designers in car automobiles. This was the car that Shah Rukh Khan used to drive around, zip around in Dil To Pagal Hai, where you had Shah Rukh and Madhuri both sitting in it. And I simply love how this collection has been curated. There are cars parked along in a straight line, and a street has been curated, which is a reminder of an old street in big Indian cities. This could be in the 1960s and the 50s, where you had a lot of stuff that was used in those days. For instance, what you see is a shop of lantern, of oil lanterns that were used, and this is where you could buy oil lanterns. Many other such pretty additions, really well thought out, which are part of the curation. So this is a shop on an old street, which was for repair of steam iron to press your clothes. And this is where coal used to be used inside the steel irons to iron out your clothes. This, as I said, is lanterns. This is a repair shop for cycles. A sweet shop where you have these old tin boxes. A shop of beauty products, and a lot of old posters here that you can see as well. Let me zoom in on this one. If you can recognize, this is actress Meena Kumari for the Lux soap. So it's really about building a mood of the time, curating the entire space of which time these cars belong. Look at this grand, majestic black Fiat that you have, and it's parked along on the roadside. Where you have these posters, goddesses posters, framers, in fact. They would frame these posters. A lot of these were painted by Raja Ravi Verma as well. Old wall clocks. This is so fascinating. I know this is a transport museum. I'm taking you to details of other stuff. This is the typewriter. And this is a shop of car toys. Oops, this is called Standard 100. There's a Volkswagen Beetle. Oh, how can you miss that? And this is the corner where you have the street corner where you have two Volkswagens parked, and shops of old cameras. Look at that. That's a collection of the oldest pinhole camera style. And then you have these others where camera film, roll film started being used. Kodak film, of course, which is now completely gone extinct. Well, my ride to the museum was a very luxurious BMW, but I want to go back home in this. Guess which one this is? Oh, it's matching with my dress as well. And this one is from 1947. It is a Chevrolet. Wow. I'll tell you its name. Station wagon. It is a Chevrolet station wagon style master. What a beauty. Look at those hubcaps. And we can see another artist enjoying himself here. He's painted this Maruti 800. Now remember, the first Maruti to come to India was this model, Maruti 800. And this has been painted in flowers, in celebration, in a floral pattern, because artist Dheeraj Singh here thinks that this is also a car in which a lot of couples got married in. It's a wedding car, and he calls it, instead of saying "Aaj mere yaar ki shaadi hai," he says "Aaj mere car ki shaadi hai." So you have the car entirely decked up in all of these flowers. And you have this team which is coming from the Russian embassy, and they're all taking a look at this work of art. So, what's really fascinating about this car, apart from being painted with these abstract floral patterns, is the title. So, a lot of couples have gotten married in this car, this being the car gifted to them for their wedding. So, instead of saying, Aaj mere yaar ki shadi hai, the name of this work is Aaj mere car ki shadi hai. And here's a fascinating piece and an installation. You have a biplane here, and it's suspended in this atrium space, suspended from the ceiling with very strong wires. And you can actually see the biplane in flight then. And this is the piece that I remember so well. Now, this is what is locally called Patpati, discarded Harley Davidsons, which were by Jugaad, by fixed into, which was by Jugaad, made into these public transport 8-seaters. But why do I remember this one so well? This particular piece, truck artists who had come in visiting from the other side of the border to India in 2005. And I did a behind the scenes shoot with the truck artists for CNN India. It was a very special story on how this 8-seater, which is not technically a vehicle but specially made, was transformed into this beautiful piece of art. And now suddenly I have arrived at a railway station platform. What am I doing here? Well, I'm going to be catching my luxury salon. I'm just going to be stepping into it, and I'll show you my living room. And here you can see the chessboard. This is the living room of the Jodhpur salon. That's the beautiful artwork that you have on the ceiling. And this is the fancy bedroom as well. So you essentially have the entire length of the compartments, many compartments to yourself, which are like an extended living space. You have your bedroom, you have your living room. And if you think the elevator in the museum is a place where you have no action connected to the museum, well, just look behind. It's a fancy ride up across 2 floors where you see a suspended car, you see the suspended airplane, and that's it. My floor has arrived. Second floor for lunch. And if you're missing the Kolkata tram, climb up here on this. And you can also get some instructions on how to drive the Kolkata tram. And before we leave, a final see-off to the traffic light Christmas tree. Bye-bye. It's green light for me now.